good.
Yeah, you don't like doing press, do you?
No, not at all. I don't like photos. You know, I play the tuba in a band, and the tuba is placed far, in the back. So that's my thing, to just be there in the.
You're the support staff.
Yeah, I'm more like I want to do. Yeah, be there and do what I need to do, but not in the front. I like to be in the back.
Yeah.
I'm a producer, but I call myself like a practical producer, which is of course what the producer do, but it's more like the practical stuff, the logistics, and the things that you can just see that okay, this is all happening now, but I don't like to be in the front line, not at all.
Well, that's perfectly fine, and we don't even have to put a picture of you with the podcast. It's fine.
No, that's good.
Okay, good. So being a producer is great. I mean, if I had to make a choice, I would say I'm probably more of a behind the scenes guy. I'm more of I love to support things that then do really well because of the work I did behind the scenes, but that nobody knows that I did.
Yeah, I understand you. That's also.
But some days it's sort of like, I kind of want credit.
Okay.
I mean, you got to admit, like every now and then you want a little bit of credit.
Yeah.
But most days I don't. Like, 25 days out of the month, I don't care about the credit or anything. I enjoy doing it. It makes me feel good to be that support person. But every now and then it's sort of like, but I want a little bit of pat on the back or a cookie or something nice.
Yeah, but normally people you work with, they will see what you are doing, and they will give you this tap on your shoulder, and just to be sure that I know that they are appreciating what I'm doing. But it's not like that's okay, that's fine. And also I think it's fine that the people just acknowledge that I've done the work, but I don't need to be shared at or clapped at or be in the
I would
newspaper.
take a raise. That's what I would take. That was good. It's a nice gesture to say we appreciate what you did. Here's a little bit more money.
And that's of course, who wouldn't want that?
Indeed, yeah. So anyways, going back, first of all, actually give me your pronounce your name correctly for me.
Yes, my name is Berte Ynnesdal.
And your role here at LIAF is?
I am the producer of the festival. And so I've been doing that for like now 12 years, I think. And that's my job is to make sure that the festival is happening, to be very precise.
I've coordinated my share of like festivals and events throughout my lifetime. The one that I almost always forget, which one event I actually literally did forget, was trash cans.
Wow. Yeah, that's important.
I know.
Trash cans.
People don't realize how important trash cans are and how hard they are to find in short notice.
Yes, of course. But then you just have to improvise and try to find something that you can use.
Yeah, I know. Get a cardboard box, write trash on it.
Yeah, for example.
Yeah.
And you learn that when you are doing these things, because we are, of course, in a very remote place, and we can't just buy things like very quickly. So we have to plan. So that's the thing. But trash cans, of course. But the most maybe difficult things is like the equipment, for the techniques, and that's very important to plan.
Yeah, I've heard some stories, which are in some of the other episodes, about like that you have to order AV and technical equipment months in advance. Mostly not because of purchasing and delivery, but because you're going to rent, and to organize it to be delivered on time and everything is a bit time consuming, preparatory.
Yes, absolutely. So luckily we have a technician that have that responsibility, so I don't have to do that. But so he is collecting everything and trying to find out what the artists need, and we are actually ordering from Finland. We have this man that we have been working with for so many years, and he will come also and mount together with us. So
which
that's
is
perfect.
I mean, it's just funny as an American to be like, yeah, we're just going to order stuff from Finland. It's like, what? But it's not that far away, actually.
No, it's not. And also that he's been working with the festival, I think he is like for 30 years now. So even before it became LIAF. So that's good. That's very good. So he is very reliable.
Well, speaking of that, I want to hear the background. So, like, how did LIAF get started? So you even said it was something else before it became LIAF. So, like, what's the history here?
The story is that there was this Norwegian Norske Kunstforeningers, what do you call it? Norwegian art societies or associations, I think you can call it.
Yeah, those words seem to be pretty interchangeable, like association, organization, society.
Yeah.
All these things. I hear them different. Like in Iceland, they do it differently. In Norway, they do it and use it sort of somewhat differently. And in America, of course, we do use it very differently. So yeah.
Yeah, and they were having this annual meeting here in Svolvær for all those associations in Norway. And then there was some artists there, local, thought that maybe we should have this small festival during or in connection with that. And that started in 1991, and then this seems like to be a good idea, and people were very happy for that. So it continued to be like a festival for the region every second year, and then it went on until I think maybe 1999 or 2000. I'm not quite sure. Then it ended to be changed to be an international festival. They started to bring in international artists. And then in 2010, we were asked, the North Norwegian Art Center was asked to take over the festival, because it was only like, it was happening every second year, but there were no people here to kind of bring it from one year to another year, so new people coming in. So we were asked to do that, and we did. And so since 2011, it has been what we call now LIAF, Lofoten International Art Festival, and every second year. So it's been growing, and it is still growing. So then the pandemic come, and we had to wait for this extra year. So now it's 3. Last edition was in 2019.
Right. Now, it's called the I'm so bad with pronunciations. Lofoten? Oh my God, I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. Lofoten? Oh, fuck. All right. Lofoten International Arts Festival. Now, what some people might not understand, which I didn't understand, to be honest, until I got here, is Lofoten is not a city or even really sort of a municipality. It's sort of more of a region of these archipelagos with many towns and cities and so on and so on. And so the festival itself is not sort of set in a single place, but every single time there's the event, the curators, I assume, get to choose almost which town to work in.
More or less. The thing is that these Lofoten Islands, it's like what we have 5 municipalities here, and the region is not very big. It lives like in total, I think, 26,000 people here. But we have, as you say, some bigger towns, and then it's very many small places. So when we have the artists coming, the curator coming here, they of course we show them the region, but then it is a discussion between them and us where to put the festival, because of course for us we have the center here in Svolvær, which is one of the main towns here in this region, and if we are going to have a festival in like that you have to drive for 2 hours, it's super difficult, and for the logistics it will be just crazy. So it's more the farthest place we had it is in Ynnesdal. It's just 30 minutes from here. So most of the festivals have been here in Svolvær or 5 kilometers outside Svolvær to a place called Kabelvåg, which we are going to be now in 2022. So and all of this is because we are using this house. We have this residency house, Kunstnerhuset in Svolvær,
which I've been staying in, which is fabulous.
Mm-hmm. It's very nice. We are very happy to have that, and that's like it's a place for us to have all the artists and the curators and the visitors. That it's 9 rooms there, but it still can house those 9 people, and then we also rent cabins in that area. And also the art center is here, so where we have all the equipment and the administration. So it's not like they the curators actually can come and choose. But we have had some residencies, like in 2019, we had residencies in all other places in this area. So, and we had artists staying there for maybe 1 month, 2 months. But this year we were not doing exactly that. So this year's choice of Kabelvåg was the curator's choice, but we agreed. I mean, it's still only 5 kilometers from here, so that's not that far. So, but we want, of course, ideally, we would use all of Lofoten, but it's not practical possible.
Would be amazing though, wouldn't it?
It would be really amazing.
Have people ever like done stuff on the tops of the mountains or out in the water?
Yes, actually.
Really?
Yeah. So we had 1 year, we had this artist made this big sculpture on the top of a mountain over, a little bit further from here. So everything is possible. And also on the water, we had sculptures on the water lying there for 1 month, very close to the shore here. But everything is possible.
I love it. Yeah. No, I mean, just as a sort of a technical background. So like, how is all of this sort of funded? Because I know Norway has amazing arts funding, or at least comparatively amazing arts funding. So like, I know everybody complains about their funding in their region, but comparative to places like America and other places where people listen to this, you all fund your arts very, very well.
Yes. And based on that we the art center, which is a official, we are an institution, and we get our fundings from the county and the municipality, the three from the counties in the area here, and also what you call money from the state, so to speak. And so also in this, when we were asked to take over the festival, there was some money following that was earmarked for the festival. And then we are, of course, we have to apply for other fundings. So we can't we need more than what we have as a base. So every edition we have to do that. So we go out like all other artists and institutions or institutions here in Norway, and make the applications and send them, and hope to get a good answer from them.
Well, and also I would imagine a lot of the artists on their side would also apply for funding from wherever they're from, since it's an international arts festival, and oftentimes embassies and places like that will help out with these kinds of projects as well.
Yes, that's correct. And also the embassies will help up with the sending press, and so we use a lot of time to write applications and send them. So
don't we all?
Yeah, we do. That's the way to do it. So, but of course we are lucky. We have this funding in the ground, in the bottom, so we can use and have. So, but even though it's not enough, and also we have, of course, the art center, and we have some people here that can be we are working on this together, even though we have the LIAF we have our own economy in the art center's economy.
Now, going back to the residency, and the thing I'm sort of wondering about is there a direct relationship between the residency and LIAF? So for instance, if I was a practicing artist and I said, you know what, in 2 years, I want to be part of the next LIAF, and would coming and participating in the residency be something that might, let's call it, better your chances of participating in LIAF?
No.
Okay.
No, sorry. It's not working like that.
No. It's good to know that it doesn't work like that.
No, absolutely not. The thing is that the curators, they are choosing the artists. And of course they're programming the festival, so it's up to the curators to find out which artists. So what we have done several times is that we invite especially the artists in the region here to send the portfolios, which the curators can go through, and then they can see what kind of artist they will work with, or what they find interesting, or sometimes they are going out for the studio visits, and so they're working. It's different from year to year, but whatever you have done before, like have a residency here or been visiting the art center, it kind of it's very nice, but it would not affect the choice for the curators.
It's good to know that there's no relationship between the two, is what it is.
Yeah.
So because you have independent outside curators come in to do LIAF, that they have no knowledge or experience with whatever anybody's done here previously, basically.
No. So, but of course we present the artists we have in the area, and most, of course, the curators, they are asking and want to know and get the information they need to do their selection.
Fair enough. Now, you brought up the different locations that you would do these in, and what I've also found very interesting, which again, prior to coming here, I had no clear knowledge of this, which was that you do not use the sort of standardized like galleries, institutions, or any of these kinds of things. So you as the production coordinator, you got like a little extra something down there because you have to oftentimes clean up places, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
And put in electricity or running water or as necessary. So, but it's a choice. And I'm sort of interested, why did you all choose not to work with sort of more traditional exhibition spaces, but to choose to work with underutilized spaces?
First of all, because we don't have those traditional spaces, so we don't have that. So I mean, we have at the art center, we have a gallery here, but of course that will not be enough. So we need more space, and this has been the nature of the festival through all years. So it's what kind of the festival is based on, to find these different places. And of course that is also a very big challenge and a very big job. I think I've been to every possible empty buildings in this area throughout many years now, because always checking out, see if it's available. Some of the venues I have been hanging on the neck of the owner for many years before they say yes, because we are renting it for like 2.5 months, and normally most of the owners of empty buildings, they want to sell it or rent it out for a longer period. So so the reason we choose to do this is that this is what is available, and also will change the festival from year to year. So it's not like static. It's we had the garage, we had I mean, we have been everywhere. So, and last time we were in 2019, we had the whole building of a former newspaper location. So, that was 4th floor with absolutely no water, no electricity, no nothing, and a lot of stones because they're breaking down, took down some walls, and I mean, it's been really much work. This year we are so lucky to have this school, children's school, primary school, that have been closed now, and we can use it. So we have been working a lot to empty it, and we'll also work more now. And we also have this we have other locations this year that are not that challenging. Like we have this gallery where the infrastructure is it's very nice, Gallery Aspolin, and we are using the North Norwegian Art and Film School's black box, which also is super perfect.
Yeah, it's a beautiful black box. It's a sort of a studio, but they can also put chairs down and make it into a theater and things like this. I mean, and it's got full trussing, rigging, soundproofing. I mean, it's really sort of top notch.
Yeah, absolutely. So that will and that's very good. So, of course, it's challenging to use, even though we have the water and electricity at the school. It will still be a lot of things to clean up, and but I'm very happy for this year's editions. Look, the locations for this year's edition, it's not that challenging as it's been before, because we have used sheds, we have used, I don't know, I have to mention everything, but it's been really many funny locations.
Have you done one on a boat yet?
Not on a boat.
That's
Not
shocking.
Yet. Yeah, it is. I know, but we have been talking about that because one year it was so difficult. We couldn't find any location, and we was starting to get quite stressed because so many crazy ideas what to do. And then we actually seriously discussed to rent this big boat and have everything on the boat. But then in the end we found some other location that I think is better. September here can be really rough on the water, and wind and storms.
Well, I'm just saying, I think that would be pretty impressive to like put on a part of a festival on a boat.
Yeah.
On an island.
Right.
Oh, you could even make it like an elite thing where you like have to take a water taxi out to the boat. The boat is out in the harbor. It's not actually like docked. Like you could really have fun with that.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's my art project coming.
Yes.
So the other thing is I heard a lot about sort of like who you hope to be coming, who the festival is for. There's a lot of stuff about the local school children and the film academy and all these other kinds of things, because to a certain extent this is in a reasonably like worldwide remote place, and so the honest truth is not a lot of like footfalls going to be coming out here. This is not Art Basel, this is not Miami, all these kinds of places. So it really feels like it was sort of designed initially to include and increase art exposure here in the region, and one of the emphasis seems to be the school children. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, that's correct. As I said, there are living 26,000 people in this area, and we are not expecting like thousands and thousands of people coming in, because it's quite expensive to travel here, and
I know.
Yeah. So the audience is the important audience for us are of course the locals, and then we have this very good mediations program for all the children living here, more or less. And
I would like to do a little translation. Mediation here in Norway seems to be a word that's used for the idea of like being a docent or public outreach or things like this. So like, because when I first heard it, I was like, mediation in America, in American English, mediation is often what's done between two plaintiffs, people in court. They mediate, or like a spouse is they mediate a divorce or something like that. So it's generally an argumentative thing that mediation has to get between.
Yeah.
That's not what you mean.
No,
it's more like an outreach program.
Yeah, it is, and maybe it's better to call it like a learning program.
That's great. Yeah, that's a better word for it.
So
in English.
In English, yes. We have been discussing this, so we are aware. I don't know why this mediation is. The mediation has been like.
I've heard it in other contexts in Norway, so like it's not just you or anything like that. It's a commonly used word for that, and basically I've had to learn it, but the listeners haven't had to learn it, so I'm just clarifying for them.
So I'll continue with calling it the learning program.
Probably a smarter direction. Yeah.
And so the learning program is like the kids here have been able to attend I don't know how many contemporary art festivals during their school years.
I would say not many.
No, but it is many every second year.
Yeah.
They get access to contemporary art right outside the door, even though they're living here in this, as you call it, remote area. And
is that impolite for me to call it remote?
No, it's fine. It's quite. It's fine.
I didn't know if it was like anybody takes it offensively.
No, but we also say that. So
okay,
sure, no problem.
Because like like it is remote, but it still has.
It is remote.
It still has civilization here. Like, I mean, it's not the Arctic tundra or anything.
No, we have cafe latte and everything.
Is there a Starbucks here? I didn't even notice. No, okay, then you're not really civilization.
Oh, okay. So
interesting. Wait, I haven't even seen any fast food of any sort. There's no like McDonald's, nothing like that. None of that.
No. No.
For all practical purposes, wait a minute. I haven't even seen a traffic light. Is there a traffic light?
I think you can meet them on some of the bridges because they are so small and narrow. So yes, but no much. No, we have roundabouts.
Yes, well, that's smarter, anyways. But that's just a engineering thing. But okay, go on.
Yeah, so the learning program. So the kids the children can attend the festival every second year. So. Okay, let's give the math. It's like they're going for school for 10 years, and then they at least maybe have 5. So festivals they can attend. So that's very important for us, and we actually use this really work on the learning program. We have this colleague of me that will take care of all the. So every day throughout the festival there will be at least I think it's 4 school classes coming and having workshops, have a look at the and to be in the venues and with the teachers that are navigating and telling them about the art and mediate it, and then also it is for 5 kids that we are hired for what we call LIAF Loose, which is kind of a LIAF pilot. People that they will do their own stuff there and come up with ideas to bring other youth in and to see the show, and so that's actually what we are using a lot of energy in that. That's very important for us. And also, of course, it's important with all the other audience coming to Lofoten. But we know, as I said, it's expensive and it's kind of far away. But there normally will come school classes or students from other academies or from architectural
schools.
Architectural schools. And other visitors coming up, most for the opening, but also throughout the festival. So, but I mean, we don't have that many audience in total. It might be like 5,000, but that's 2,000 of those 700, I think, is school children.
Well, I mean, I've heard that even the Queen of Norway sometimes comes up for the events.
Yes, she have been here. Mm-hmm.
I would love a queen of anything to come to my events. That'd be magnificent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so you put all this time, effort, all this into this physical event that goes on here. Do you also then add on any sort of things for people who can't travel here? So like social media, videos, things like this to make it so that even if people can't physically travel all the way here, that they can still experience the works in some way?
Yeah, and that's also what we have done for the exhibition at the art center. Also now, of course, because of the pandemic, we have used more videos and films and to put on our website, so other people also can see. And we will do that also for this festival, because we know that people are not traveling that much. We don't know. It might be like people really want to travel now. I don't know how this will work actually.
I was recently reading a news article where they're saying that because of the previous lockdowns and COVIDs and everything, that there's going to be an excessively large amount of people traveling this year. Yeah. So we have that to look forward to. Yeah,
absolutely. I think so. Just to be prepared.
Bit of a catch-22 on that one, but yes. So, all right. So back to the idea of what you do, which is production. So, how long does it take to do this? So, from the day that you will say we're going to start planning the next biennial, when does that happen? Does that happen like the day after the previous one?
Yeah. Okay. Normal year, what's happening is that after the festival is over, like in October and beginning of October,
you then all take tropical vacations.
We just lock the door and go out. No, then we have to demount everything. We have to send it back and and leave the locations back to the owners as we found it, and then you have to write all the reports and do the accounting, and so then means that we are maybe in December or something. And then we start thinking about what about the next edition. Of course, we have had some thoughts already. But then normally we hire already in spring. We start to work to find the new curators for the next edition.
Okay, so the first step is find curators.
Yes, and of course based on some ideas that already the advisory board have thought out, and we are starting to think about how will the next edition be, and then we have normally invited curators to apply. In 2000 and for this edition, this 2022, we had this open call. So, but that was the first time, and so normally we invite maybe 10 or 20 people to apply. And so yeah, and then we find the curators, and then we start planning. And they will come up with a concept or an idea what they want to do. We go and see what are we going to do it in Svolvær, Kabelvåg, Henningsvær, or wherever. And then because they will be here then for the first time to see the area, maybe they haven't been to Norway even. And then we start working. So what will this be? And we start to apply fundings, the locations, and also the idea what we want to do about the residencies, and are we doing residencies, and where are we doing them, and so I would say like more or less you need 2 years. That's you should, as soon as possible after you are finished with the edition that was previously.
As soon as you finish the grant reporting, start applying again for more grants.
And then maybe you would like to have some weeks off, some holiday or something. That for normally it's not possible to have any vacations during the months before the festival. This summer no holiday for me.
Well, I mean, because it's the International Arts Festival. So that means you have artists from international. This year in particular, you have curators that are international, so they're not local curators. So, like, how important is it to sort of blend together, mix together, combine the international artists and curators with the regional? Do you even show regional artists?
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Is that sort of a part of the mission to also sort of incorporate the regional artists?
Yeah, we want to of course have a regional artist, but it's more like again it's the curator's choice. That's why we also present, of course, the regional artists there. So, and then it might be 1, it might be 4, it might be. I mean, it's important. It's we are in north of Norway, and we want at least to be some artists represent Norway, at least, so to speak. It's the curator that do the programming. So, and we have always have some artists from Norway or north of Norway.
Then going back a little bit on that. So when you you mentioned in the past that the curators had been invited, but this time there was an open call put out. When it comes to the artists, is there an open call put out, or is it's also just invitation only?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is only invitation. So I don't know. Maybe they had I think they have had one way back that they had this open call for artists, but it's not what we do.
Is there a reason for that?
I think maybe it's not that manageable to have a.
Open calls can take a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
Because like you have to go through everything and then follow up with everybody, and there's a lot to that people don't understand.
And it's a lot of work, and I think also for the curators, it's for them to set the program. It's then they can invite what they mean fits into the show that they want to make. So as easy as that.
All right. So going into the sort of day-to-day nature of like your job. So because we're talking to you. So what on an average week, because I know every day is different and all that kind of stuff, but like on an average week, what are some of the sort of responsibilities that you have and as they change over the time? Because like I'm sure in the beginning of the process of a biennial, it's very different than like the last month of right up until the exhibition. So, give us a little overview of sort of the different tasks and responsibilities and issues that you sort of are there to mitigate.
Yeah. So as I said, the location, that's the first priority. And then to make sure that we are applying. And then it will be more like try to have an understanding of the festival, what we are doing this year, and who the artists are that will be invited. And then is to make sure that we have all the people we need to hire. Like we used to have hire chef, we hire technicians, and other people that we need, and then started to plan how to do this. And then it will be all the discussion and the emails going back and forth between the curators and the artists and the people involved. So my tasks are from buying stuff for the festival to make sure that we have all the transport, the international transport, which takes a lot of time, and the contracts with all the artists, the flights, the accommodation. Sometimes I find it really hard to explain what I'm doing, but it's all these details, and then you have to be in contact with the municipality, with the landlords, with the other that you need maybe to do something special. Then you have to apply for something, or planning to have if there's going to be a seminar, or I don't know. It's so many details. Sometimes I'm not able to get down. Just writing emails, answering, and then it just keep coming in on top of it. So, and because it's a very many people have never been to Norway. They are for sure not been to Lofoten, and so very many questions about what to expect there, what to do, how to find out, give the answer. We have many questions around the sun, or how to come here, and then you have of course the rest of the group here, to the rest of the staff who have to be informed what's happening, to involve them, and to have enough energy to actually tell them that, okay, I need help for this, instead of just, I don't have time to get any help, so I just do it myself, and then the task gets more and more and more. So
so delegating authority is part of it as well.
Yeah, it is, and it sometimes the more stressed you are, then it gets more and more difficult to do that, to tell people what you need.
Oh, absolutely. The more stress you get, the more you're like, it's got to get done right, because I don't have to want to do it twice.
Yeah.
So then you just take it onto yourself instead of passing it on to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same way.
So, and then it's to find out, to get the images from the venues, to measure the venues, to find out what kind of equipment we have here, what is working, what is not working. Can we have artists doing this or that? Can they come here for something, building? So all that, and you need to know a lot of people in the area, because you have to have someone to ask. So it's very good to be very polite and have a good relationship with the most of the people here. That makes your job very much easier. And trying to not get in conflict with anyone, and always think that because I'm living here, I'm gonna live here also after this LIAF and the last LIAF and the next LIAF. Right.
So don't piss off the people here.
No. It's so important to just have a good relationship with everyone. That will help you in the future, and not only now but also later. So.
Well, and you mentioned something which was the residencies, and that some people, I mean, so it's the residency, the quote unquote residency, has nothing to do with LIAF. If an artist has been invited to be part of LIAF, there is the opportunity to potentially come here and produce work here, or be influenced by here, and then go back to their studio and make things, whatever. But there is that opportunity to sort of interact with or actually produce here at the festival.
Yeah, we have that. Also is different from edition to edition. Sometimes we had artists living here for maybe months, because they're doing a project that will require that. This year we're not that much. But we have the possibility for them to use the artist house but that's also a budget question. So it's because of course for us, even though we have the house, it's the artist house have their own economy, so we kind of have to move money from our account to their account. So it's not for free.
Right.
We have to pay for it. And but this year we are not at that many residencies. So it's also how the whole show will go on, and the curator are working and what they want. So, but the possibility is there. So, and of course this year again we have the COVID. So maybe I don't know. Normally there have been the curators will have been up many times, but of course it was not possible. So we had a lot of meetings online. Normally we would have the presence of some artists and the curators much more than we had this time. So, but it have been working well, even though we have managed to come as far as we have with only the digital meetings. And of course we have had some. They have been here, the curators.
All right. Anything else? I mean, the only other thing that I could think of that I want, what's the sort of projected idea for the intention of the future of the festival? Because some festivals are of a certain size and they like being that size and they don't want to grow, or they don't want to change, or they don't want to whatever, whereas some other festivals are looking to expand and do more of XYZ thing, whatever. So like, what's the proposed idea for the future of LIAF, which is always going to potentially change, we know, but at the moment we have been growing throughout the years, and so I'm not sure if we are gonna grow even more, because I am not sure if we have the organization for it, because when you grow then you also have to follow up with the organization. I'm the only one that's working with LIAF as my regular job and doing that. So you're the only full-time employee for the whole festival?
Yes, I am. So and even though it's kind of it's how to say it. It's we are kind of full now. We have to expand with the staff if we are going to do it any bigger than we do.
I understand. Now. You don't want to take on any more responsibility than you already are. I got it.
Yeah. So that's why I don't know. We have been discussing this, and this is something that also the advisory board and leader here they know about it. So we have to find out if we are kind of putting a number saying that it's not possible to have more than 25 artists. We can do that many projects, because LIAF is not only in September. It's also we have been in Venice. We are going to Oslo now, and so we are doing stuff throughout the years, and also while we are kind of waiting for the LIAF happening here. So I'm not sure. I don't know where we will end, but hopefully we can say that this is as big as we can get now. Otherwise we have to think about how to fill up the who will do the work, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean the amount of effort and work that's put in is one whole set of things. The amount of funding also would be another thing.
Of course,
I mean, you all as a board, an advisory board, could say like, okay, we want to grow and we want to go in this direction, but like, if there's no funding for that direction, or even sort of just additional funding to grow, wishes and desires aren't always what people are willing to fund.
No, that's right. So and also I don't know. There's we have the festival in September, and for the flights, the accommodation. Earlier it was like the June and July, maybe May, June and July, August. That was the main tourist season. But now you have these shoulder seasons that have been now all year. So we see that we have, earlier there was nearly no tourists here in the winter, and at least not in the autumn, because it's rainy and But now it's not. It's a change. So it's also, again, of course, a budget question, but you have to. It's also that you can pay whatever you want, but if there are no rooms, then, I mean,
sure,
what
okay,
to do?
So right, so
and there are no flights. I mean, you have to make this crazy itinerary to get people here. I mean, so that's also a thing. How many people can we actually receive here.
Everybody talks about flights. Isn't there a boat ferry that comes here as well?
Absolutely, it is, but it's not going that often. And if it's bad weather, then they
doesn't go at all.
Doesn't go at all. And you have the coastline Hurtigruten, which is going that's 6 hours from here to Bodø, but you will arrive in the middle of the night in Bodø. So it's not that easy, and you have this small plane from Bodø to here.
Which, I know, yeah. Oh, and it wasn't that small. I've been on smaller.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, in Mexico, I flew on a plane that each seat had their own door.
Oh, okay.
It was just like a one row, literally thing. It was great because my door didn't lock. So they said, oh yeah, here, just hold the door closed. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, see, we're about to go flying and you're just telling me to hold my door. So anyways, no,
it's not that smaller. It's not that, but that means that you don't get that many people anyway. They all have to have one seat each. So
but that's an interesting dilemma, because you could theoretically say, hey, we want to grow, we want to do bigger, we want to attract more people, but quite honestly, there just might not be enough hotel rooms or accommodations. Just right. Period. Which is an interesting dilemma, which in some ways you all have started to address because you've actually decided to take the festival to other locations. So in Venice and in the other one, which is
Oslo.
It's Oslo? Okay. So that's another sort of way to accomplish some sort of expansion that doesn't bump into those limitations of this region.
So you have to, of course, take you have the overview and see, okay, what is possible to do, what do you want to do, and I don't think we have. The intention is not to grow. Actually, I think we will kind of find that this is what we can manage, and but maybe we can do it in other way. Maybe we can have, a pilot somewhere or in Norway. I was thinking in north of Norway. So we'll see. It's up to the advisory board to find out.
You're just the employee.
I am just the employee. Yes.
In some ways, that's a great position. Yeah.
Yeah, I do what I have to do, and then they can think out the nice and good thoughts.
Lovely. All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Before you leave, we would like to thank you for listening all the way through the entire episode. We would appreciate it if you would share this podcast with your friends, family, co-workers, studio mates, anybody with an interest in the arts and creative endeavors. The building and strengthening of the arts and creative community, not only today, but for the future, is at the core of our mission for this podcast. They can listen and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts. We are produced by 5014. The audio was edited by Kush Audio Services, and the music was created by Pete Bybee. The Wise Fool Art Podcast is supported in part by an EEA grant from Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Norway in an effort to work together for a green, competitive, and inclusive Europe. We would also like to thank our partners Hunt Kastner in Prague, Czech Republic, and Kunstsentrene i Norge in Norway. Links to EEA grants and our partner organizations are available in the show notes or on our website, wisefoolpod.com.